Now, whiteout conditions and icy roads led to a frightening scene on a busy interstate. It's making national headlines. 3 people are dead. Many more are hurt after this pileup on I-94 in LaPorte County. And this morning, the eastbound lanes of I-94 in the Michigan City area remain closed. Christine Karsten is live with an update this morning. Christine, I understand we're expecting to learn more information later on this morning.
Yep, it's set to have a press conference set at 9 a.m. Eastern time. That's 8 a.m. where we are right now. They're going to hopefully identify those victims in this horrible crash, along with the investigation where they are right now. Now, we're going to show you what we're looking at right now. On the scene, 1 semi left. As you saw, about 15 semis were involved, 15 other cars. Now they're down to 1. But you can see all the wreckage still on this road here. Plows have been coming through here just minutes ago. A handful of snow plows came on through as they try to treat these roads to get them back to condition as they can. But as you mentioned here, 3 people have died in this crash. 1 person still in critical condition. It just happened 3 p.m. yesterday. Now, it happened just west of US 421 interchange on I-94 near Michigan City. Again, like we told you, more than 20 people were injured. The LaPorte County coroner tells us that one of the victims was a man from Chicago in his 60s. The other 2 victims was a husband and a wife from Grand Rapids. Some people were trapped in their cars for up to 3 hours. They did bring buses out here to keep those people involved in the crash warm during the time being as they tried to get this all cleared up. But as you can see, they're still working on that process right now. Tricia, as you mentioned, eastbound lanes still closed, but it does look promising that they're going to try to get this area opened as soon as possible. As we mentioned, you're looking at 1 semi open, 1 semi still on the lanes right now as they continue to clean this up. But as we told you, press conference set at 9 a.m. this morning to hopefully learn a little bit more about the victims as hopefully they release those names and give us an update on this investigation at the time. But you mentioned road conditions. We saw a handful of semis in the median on the toll road. That just gives you an idea about how icy these roads were and are. We're talking some semis that were covered in snow, obviously here from the night before, but others that looked like they had to pull over or slid off the roads early this morning.
Well, sometimes our video is freezing. We want to apologize to our viewers, but we could hear you just fine, Christine. So thank you for your report this morning. Now, where you're standing, you're on an overpass, and that area had to be hit too by the same lake effect system. How are those overpasses looking this morning?
They are icy, Tricia. Really, they are icy. You know, we've been talking about the plow crews who have been on these roads working to treat the roads as best as they can, but they've been working those 24-hour shifts, so they're getting to them as fast as they can. But we're looking at slick conditions, icy conditions. We're talking even colder temperatures than yesterday. So as you can well imagine, when you have this ice, when you have this snow, it really freezes over, creating a slippery situation. I don't know if we can show you again, but you can just see, example, the ice that we're looking at down there. I don't know if you can see it shine a little bit with that light, but that's a couple times that crews have been over it. But you can still see with those freezing conditions, ice still on this road this morning. It's not just here in LaPorte County, it's everywhere.
Those crews really have their work cut out for them this morning. And we thank you for your report. Again, Christine Karsten reporting live with a few glitches this morning, but we heard you just fine. Thank you so much for your report this morning at 6:06.
Tricia.
It's 6:29, and this latest winter storm has turned deadly as a chain reaction crash kills 3 people and injures several others. Christine Karsten is live at the scene where part of the interstate remains closed at this hour near Michigan City.
Yeah, Tricia, those eastbound lanes on I-94 remain closed at this time near mile marker 36. That's where this accident happened. Now, we're going to show you over here. There's 1 semi left on this road right now. As we told you earlier, 15 semis involved, about 15 other cars involved in this crash. 1 remains right now as they continue to try to clean up this mess that was left because of those slick, icy roads we saw yesterday. What I can tell you is that a handful of snowplows have been coming along this road to try to clean that up as well, so they can hopefully open this area up as fast as possible. Now, it all happened around 3 p.m. yesterday when those slick conditions are to blame for this massive collision here. We're told 3 people are dead, 1 in critical condition. More than 20 people were injured during this crash. Now, the LaPorte County coroner says one of the victims was a male in his 60s. He's from Chicago. The other two, a husband and a wife from Grand Rapids. Some people were trapped inside their cars for more than 3 hours as they tried to clear up this mess. They also brought in buses to keep those involved warm. But for those involved or who saw this accident, it was a terrifying situation.
It's like boom, it was like louder than a gunshot. I mean, you heard it, and it was, this is crazy.
A lot of the stuff we saw was just kind of as the cars piled up, people, hit the steering wheel, hit their window, hit their head on the windshield.
Now, as you just saw, those operations changed from rescue to cleanup at this point. So again, they're trying to get these lanes open as fast as possible, but they're dealing with a lot here, Tricia. The cold temperatures, that ice that you see down there is posing a bit of an issue, as we're seeing on all the roads. But we can tell you that at 9 a.m. Eastern time this morning, they'll hold a press conference where we'll learn the names of the victims involved in this crash, but also the investigation, where they're at right now, and see what the latest is at that point. Tricia.
Still tough news to deal with first thing this morning, and also tough to deal with the weather again today. We've got system snow in the forecast today, and then that pesky lake effect on Sunday. This is just going to keep hitting the area, Christine, and these crews are well prepared.
You know, it's a no-win situation here. We've been seeing it from INDOT, who uses social media quite a bit to keep us updated on those latest conditions, and they're just saying we can never win. They're dealing with these situations that is out of their control because of this weather. So you're dealing with those whiteout conditions we saw yesterday, along with these freezing temperatures. So there's quite a bit to clean up, but as we've been telling you all morning long, these crews have been working those 24-hour shifts to try to get these roads as in perfect condition as possible. But as we all know, those freezing temperatures certainly pose a problem, but working hard to hopefully keep these drivers safe. The biggest advice and the best advice, either stay off the roads or give yourself that extra time so you can get there safely. Tricia.
Okay, thanks a lot. We're going to let you get warm now. Christine Karsten, thank you so much for your reports this morning. More blowing snow around Christine this morning. Thank you, Christine. Well, the eastbound lanes on I-94 near Michigan City are still impacted by yesterday's deadly pileup. Let's go once again to Christine Karsten this morning for the very latest. Christine.
Good morning, Tricia. Yeah, we're standing on a bridge above mile marker 36 where that crash happened yesterday. Now, take a look at this scene. One semi still in the eastbound lanes that remain closed at this time. But as you can see, also those westbound lanes are open. Again, one semi still on the scene here. As you can see, debris still on the roadways as they continue to clear this road to hopefully open it up as soon as possible. They have been pushing snow plow trucks through here to try to treat the roads to make them again as clear and perfect as possible, so when they do reopen it, it doesn't pose a problem for drivers. But as we've been talking about all morning long, this crash happened around 3 p.m. yesterday thanks to those snow and icy conditions. It's just west of US 421 interchange in Michigan City. We do know that 3 people are dead, 1 critically injured. The accident involved about 15 semis, about 15 cars, more than 20 people injured. Of those who died, we are told one of the victims is a male in his 60s from Chicago. The other 2, a husband and a wife from Grand Rapids. But again, eastbound lanes remain closed at this time. Westbound lanes are open. There is a press conference, Tricia, at 9 a.m. Eastern time where they told us that they will identify those 3 victims and give us an update on this investigation. I will be at that press conference, and we will continue to bring you the latest on this crash as we get it. Tricia, reporting live in LaPorte County. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Christine.